Mike, check 1 2 1 2. It's the Y2K collector. Top of the morning to you. We had a mail call yesterday, and I wanted to put out a video to kind of show you what I got, but it was just a crazy day. Never got a chance to upload anything or even film anything just because the workday got away from me. But I did want to take some time at the start of the day to kind of take a look at some of the stuff that I've gotten in from Limited Run, and then also share with you a game that I almost sold, not realizing how much it's gone up in value. And yes, I care about value. If that makes me less of a gamer to you, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I have a game here, which I'm actually pretty stoked when I learned that. So I'm gonna share that with you as well. It's the middle of the week. And the weekend's coming up, and I've got some cool things that I want to share in my Saturday videos. Those are, more of my structured videos, and I definitely plan on adding some flair to some of those videos. It's unfortunate that it feels like the more effort and energy you put into some videos, it's like the more YouTube tries to the copyrights with the music and different things like that. Those are some of the struggles that I have when it comes to kind of making some of my more longer form content. If any of you have any websites or anything that you use in terms of music, let me know. Where do you get your music from? Because that's becoming a challenge for me. But I'm not going to spend too much time. Let's go ahead and dive right into this mail call pickup. So Limited Run, I had ordered these items like a while back, and they finally came, and we're going to take a look. So the first game that I got was this copy of Sword of the Vagrant. This is nothing new. There are plenty of channels that have talked about Sword of the Vagrant. This game is somewhat of a, if you've played Odin Sphere, if you've played Dragon's Crown, if you've played Muramasa, the Demon Blade, this game follows that style of gameplay. Or even Bladed Fury. Some of you, I've talked about Bladed Fury on my channel as well. This game kind of follows all of those games. The kind of hand-drawn, 2D, side-scrolling hack and slash games where you're able to link and chain combos. You can do air combos. It does have RPG elements where you can kind of level your character up, certain attributes, learn new skills, things like that. So I saw some footage of this game, and I actually purchased the import version of this game, and I was playing the import version for a little bit. And then I sold that import version once I knew that they were coming out with a US release. So it looks like this one came out by Rainy Fog. And this is a pretty cool game. I ordered this game while I was still heavily on the search for 2D hack and slash games. But since the start of the year, some of my priorities have changed, and I've pivoted a little bit, focusing more on health and family. And you can find out just more about my views on that in some of my older posts. So you can definitely look into that. But, well, Sword of the Vagrant was a cool one that I picked up. And I think I didn't just get it on PS4. I also got it on the Switch as well. So I may just keep the Switch version and sell the PS4 version. Not too sure yet which route I'm going to go. The thing I really like about PS4 games, and I wish that Switch games or Nintendo would have done this, is I like the fact that the spine of the cases when it comes to PS4 games, they have a little more variety to them. Just all of the Switch games having that red spine just kind of makes it, I don't know, it's just kind of boring, because I really do enjoy cover art and even side art and back art. But nevertheless, I still may keep my Switch copy and sell the PS4 version. Not too sure. We'll definitely let you know more on that in the future. And then the last game that I picked up, you guys are going to be kind of shocked when you see this one, because I don't normally showcase games like this on my channel. But I picked up this copy of #Drive. And I don't know what it was about the gameplay of this game. This is kind of like a street racing game. It just caught my eye. There is something so nostalgic about this image. It just reminds me of like a late 80s rice burner. I remember back in the early 90s, late 80s, my brother, he had a Honda CRV that he had bought from a guy who owned like a local gas station, but it was one of those gas stations where, you know, sometimes those gas stations, they'll have like cars for sale. I guess like they'll allow someone they know to just park the car at the gas station with a for sale sign. And, you know, I guess all the patrons that are coming in and out of the gas station, if someone's interested, eventually the car will sell. Well, this reminds me of that. This reminds me of the 1989 Honda CRV hatchback that my brother had back in the 90s. And it even had this like, what is this called? What's this called right here? Somebody let me know down in the comments what that it's almost like a black, it's like a shading, it's like a paneling. I can't think of the name of it right now, but even the back of his CRV had this whole design here. And when I saw that this game was being released, I wanted to get it. The gameplay looked pretty cool, but I just couldn't get over how much this vehicle just reminded me of my brother's car back in '89. So this is a cool one. Just hit the nostalgia button for me. And I went ahead and added it. I think they're limited copies of this. I don't know. I think I saw something where there's only 3,000 copies of this, but I don't really think that's true, because this publisher right here, PM Studios, I see them put out a lot of games that you'll find on like Best Buy and GameStop. So this may or may not be limited. I don't know, but this is just a very cool racing game. I don't have a lot of racing games. I think the only other racing game I have in my entire video game collection is probably going to be like the Mario Kart games. So I know I got Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. I may have like Mario Kart on SNES, but as far as modern consoles, this is the only one. And it's so funny. I was watching a video the other day, and the gentleman was talking about nostalgia. And it's funny. They say that the feelings of nostalgia are so powerful that they actually have the ability to raise your physical body temperature. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that you can actually get warmer. Now, I don't know how medically proven that is. Someone can let me know down in the comments, but I do know that the feeling of nostalgia hits pleasure centers in your brain that make it addictive. And that's probably why I'm so addicted to nostalgia myself. Just because it gives you a good feeling. And I don't know anyone who's going to complain about having a good feeling. So I'm not going to go off on that tangent. 3 cool games by Limited Run. Stoked to get these in. We'll probably sell the PS4 version of Sort of the Vagrant, but I am going to keep those 2 on the Switch. So was pretty stoked to get these. Now, as you know, I've also been doing a lot of selling. I've been selling. That's why part of this, you know, you see some of this stuff here. Some of this is going to be going out this weekend. I don't know if you can see in the corner, but I have that copy of Phantom Breaker. That's actually a special edition game for the PS Vita. So I'll be getting that out of here this week. But I wanted to talk about a game that I actually have on the PSP. So Prinny 1 and 2, I've talked about this game up before, and I had the special edition, but the other day I opened it, and I've been opening some of my special edition games to play them because I wanted to see if there was much of a real difference between the gameplay experience with this game on the Switch versus the gameplay experience with this game on the PSP. And when I look at this game here, and I played it, it really feels like a direct port to the Switch. I don't really feel like with these Prinny games, they did any kind of like upscaling with the graphics or anything like that. I could be wrong. I'm sure they formatted it so that it looks good on like a big screen or on a Switch screen. But these 2 games feel like a direct port. Now, shockingly enough, I could have swore this game was like a $30 game or $40 game. But when I went to go price it out online, it looks like it's like an $80 to $100 game now, which is kind of like crazy to me because I'll even show you. I've had this game for a while. Here's the remnants of my PSP collection. But I'll show you here. These games actually came out on the PSP originally. So there goes Prinny 1. I was playing that a bunch. I was playing this game a bunch back in 2020. And then Prinny 2, I never really got to dive into this one too much, but I do have both of these games on the PSP. So a big part of me was like, do I need it on the Switch? But then there's a cool thing, right? Because in the Switch version, you do get some extras. And this is one of the extras that I'm totally stoked about. So in the special edition, you get this 187 piece printy block that you kind of have to put together. It comes with some instructions on the inside for you to put this together. I thought that this was a very, very cool item to include in a special edition. I think this just makes for a great shelf piece, or even something to put on my desk. I just got to keep it away from my daughter because she'll tear this apart. I mean, pieces will go flying everywhere. But this, in effect, is almost like a real life pixelated version of Prinny. So this is like really, really cool. I wanted to share it with you guys. Many of you have probably known about the Prinny game, but with the special edition, this is probably the best aspect of the Prinny special edition. That again, right now I think is going for between 80 and 100 bucks. So I'm still gonna sell this copy of Prinny. I know the price has gone up, but I'm gonna get rid of it because I'm keeping my PSP versions. I don't know, just something nostalgic about that PSP. I am gonna sell this, but I'm definitely keeping this because this is just tight. This is sick. I don't really see stuff like this in a lot of the special editions, and that's a big part of the reason why I wound up selling a lot of my special editions, because they didn't really have a lot. They just had like an art book, some stuff that you could read, nothing really like hefty, nothing that makes me feel like, oh, okay, I got something unique here. So this is something that I'm gonna put together. Eventually, I'll probably add it somewhere on my shelf. As you can see, my shelves are getting thinned out. I remember there was a point where this whole rack was Nintendo Switch games, and now I'm able to fit like a whole bunch of other consoles on here. You can see I've got some 360, some GameCube, Xbox One. So I'm able to fit a lot of the remnants of my collection on this shelf, and now almost all of my Switch games can fit on one shelf. That's how much Switch selling I've done. So it's crazy to think how this whole rack used to be Switch, and now it's been kind of scaled down to just that one shelf. So 2024 is definitely about thinning out the herd, getting rid of the fluff. But this isn't fluff to me. This is cool. I like this. I'm gonna need to spend some time putting this together. I may dedicate a video just to putting this together. It might take me some time. So, or maybe I'll time lapse this or something, because at 187 pieces and these look so small, with my big old hands, I may need to use some tweezers to put this together. But this is a cool one. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you're feeling this Prinny action figure here, if you think this is a cool addition in these special editions, and let me know if you've had a chance to play Prinny at all, whether it be on the Switch or on the PSP. And what you think about Sword of the Vagrant and this Drive game. I'm telling you guys, there's something so nostalgic about this. 89 hatchback CRV. Go Google that. Google a red 1989 Honda CRV hatchback, and let me know what you think. If you think this reminds you of that. Well, that does it for me. That's the mail call for today. Be on the lookout for more videos this weekend. I'll probably drop some more on the fly videos before Saturday. But get up, wake up, it's a new day, conquer the day, and be great. I'm the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.